4天前玩到哪里忘记了？等一下仔细看一下。
Praise be Jesus Christ.
Same to you.
God bless you.
我记得上次跟他们讲完话，人跑哪去了？嗨 ，Hello， 午安。我现在忘了上次玩到哪里了。成为剑士兄弟会的一员。OK， 我要加入他们，可是他们人跑哪去了？为什么我按他找不到他们人在哪里啊？人呢？人跑哪去了呢？等一下，没有啊，我没有当坏人啊，我就正常的一直玩下去啊。需要偷的时候再偷，需要爬的时候再爬，并没有特别要当坏人。只是我现在要去加入兄弟会会员，我上次已经跟曼哈德他们谈过话了，然后我没有马上回应说我要加入兄弟会，然后我就停了，停到4天后现在来玩，然后打开之后他们人跑哪去了？
Coffee with you?
Guten Morgen und einen gesegneten Tag.
Menhard, I'd like to join your brotherhood.
Certainly. Let us go somewhere more geeignet, so it has some class. Each new member must pay for acceptance. But in your case, since you have helped us, I will relieve you of that obligation.
Danke, Menhard.
And now, the oath. Arne will be the witness.
I will be honored.
Neil, Heinrich, hör gut zu. Do you solemnly swear that you shall act honorably and justly, and that you shall not bring shame upon your name or mine, or bring disgrace to the sword-fighting Bruderschaft, that you shall defend and adorn the reputation of the Bruderschaft and its rules, and that you shall heed my word in these matters, that you shall diligently train in the art of the Langschwert, and not allow yourself to be shamed in combat, that you shall thus act for the greater glory of our Bruderschaft and our martial art, place your hand on this sword, and swear.
By our good King Wenceslas, I do so swear.
Stand as one of us. Heinrich, I hereby name you my student in the art of sword fighting.
All honor to you, Heinrich. It is good that you have come among us.
And now listen to your first lesson and always remember this principle. It is not important to strike, but to strike and wound.
I'll remember that, Menhart.
Good, Heinrich. I shall make a great fechter out of you one day. Let me know when you are ready. We will get to work and cross swords with the Kuttenbergers.
The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary. And Mary said, Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy will. Hail Mary. And the words
Menhart, I'm ready to engage the Kuttenbergers by your side.
Wunderbar. Let us go and tell Friedrich. It is high time we put an end to this disgraceful schlamassel.
Today, 2 sword-fighting brotherhoods will match their skills. The Kuttenberg Brotherhood, led by Master Nicholas.
Glory to Kuttenberg! Kick those Germans' asses, Emmeram!
And the Frankfurt Brotherhood, led by Master Menhard.
It is an honor to be able to show off our skill in front of the whole Kuttenberg.
The reason for these duels is the dispute over the right to run the local sword-fighting hall and the associated brotherhood. The local brotherhood was founded by Emmeram the Butcher and his associates. What they did not know, though, was that King Wenceslas had tasked Master Menhard to do the same.
The king ain't here, Emmeram is! The Brotherhood belongs to the Kuttenbergers!
And since King Wenceslas cannot resolve the dispute, the town council ruled it shall be decided through a duel. So, the matter shall be settled before the eyes of the council, as well as the burghers of Kuttenberg and God Almighty.
A wise decision by the council. Let the best master lead our brotherhood.
The duels will be fought with long swords and in light armor. Each dueler will face each on the opposing team, and whoever beats his opponent twice wins the duel. The brotherhood whose members get more victories will be declared the overall winner. As is the law, all the necessary armor was lent to you from the town armory, and you must fight in it. If there is anything wrong with the armor, you can fix it with any of the repair tools you'll find in the armorer's tent. And in case someone gets seriously injured, the bathmaid will give them the care they need. Or Father Tobias will perform the necessary rites.
But I do not think it will come to that.
Now that everything has been made clear, swear before God. You will fight fairly, justly, and respect the judge's decisions, as well as the outcomes of the duels.
Das geloben wir, im Namen des Vaters, des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes.
By God Almighty, we so swear.
All the requisites have been satisfied. Therefore, let us proceed to the first duel. Master Menhart against Lindhart, the cobbler. For the glory of Kuttenberg, let the duel begin! of duel! Today's first victory goes to Master Menhard. Let's see if he can keep it up, or if Linhardt can even the score. Get ready for the next round. No time to lose. Get to it. End of duel. People of Gutenberg, behold, Master Menhard proved his mastery. He defeated Linhardt for the second time, giving the Frankfurt Brotherhood its first victory. Moreover, Lady Fortune has a difficult task in store for Linhardt, because the lot drawn determined that the next fight will also be his. This time it's Henry who will face him on the side of the Frankfurt Brotherhood. Cheer for both fighters. We'll shortly see which of them will best his opponent. Let your steel ring. Fight!
I'm wounded. Blade was singing.
The other bloke's still standing.
Enough.
End
I
of
give up.
duel. All hail Henry. He beat Linhardt for the second time, and the match is thus over. The Frankfurt Brotherhood has now... Ready? Go for it! End of duel!
I yield.
Lady Luck is certainly not on Linhardt's side. Henry wins the first duel. Swordsmen, get ready for a new duel. Let's see if the winner can keep it up. Let's now proceed to the third duel. The Gutenbergers will be represented by Emmeram the Butcher. Give him your support, and we'll see if he can do better than Linhardt. Because his opponent will once more be Master Menhard. Contenders, get to it! End of duel! You saw it with your own eyes, good citizens of Gutenberg. Menhardt's skill is second to none. He wins again. Can Emmeram still manage to defeat him? We'll soon find out. Contenders, forward!
So much shit kicked out of him. Like that, huh?
Surprised the other bloke's still standing.
Oh, don't come.
Did I get that right?
He's fucking good.
End of duel!
Surrender.
Singing.
It's finished! Not even the illustrious Emmeram could withstand the German master's sword. The Frankfurt Brotherhood thus has 3 wins already. None for Gutenberg so far. 2 swordsmen we haven't seen yet will now show us their skills. Arne the German will face Master Nicholas. Soon we'll find out if Nicholas can secure the first victory for the Gutenbergers. Let your steel ring! Fight!
Watch out. He's coming round. Zum Teufel!
And the victor is...
Nein! Mit der Hilfe Gottes I will continue.
You're brave, but foolish. This will not end well for you. Yield.
Niemals. Arne does not yield.
This Gefecht is over. You win.
You acted with chivalry, Master Menhart. But intervening in a duel is a breach of the rules. There is no choice but to disqualify you from the tourney.
How does it look?
He's badly shaken up, but that should improve in time. At first, I thought I'd have to send for the priest. But he had more luck than sense.
Was ist mit deinem Auge? Siehst du meine Hand, Arne?
Nein.
The good news is the blade missed his eye. The bad news is such a blow to the head can cause many different problems. I hope in time he'll get his sight back in that eye. But I can't say for sure. In my experience, it's in the Lord's hands.
Send for the best physician in all of Kuttenberg. Schnell! I will pay alles.
Rest assured, Master Menhart, we will send for him as you command. I am sorry that the whole affair has taken such an unfortunate turn. I will pray for your companion's health.
Danke, Friedrich. Aber what about the duels?
Beruhige dich, Arne.
Yes, that's what I came here to clarify. However, I expect on account of Arne's injury, your brotherhood has forfeit the fight.
Nein, Menhart. Du musst keep fighting.
As Arne says, Menhart and me can continue.
Heinrich had recht. I want to duel Nicholas.
I understand your wish, Menhart, but I can't grant it. You've been disqualified.
Scheiß drauf! I will fight Nicholas, and you better get out of my way, Friedrich!
I'm warning you, Menhart. You swore to respect the results of the duels.
Verdammt!
Listen, Nicholas has defeated Arna, and Arna is in no shape to continue. So all 3 victories go to the Kuttenbergers. Menhart, you defeated Emmeram and Linhart, but you can't duel Nicholas. So 2 victories belong to you, and 1 to the Kuttenbergers. The only one who can still fight for you is Henry. He already defeated Linhart, so the score is 3-4 in favor of the Kuttenbergers, with 2 duels left.
If I beat both Emmeram and Nicholas, the score will be even. What happens then?
Ein Moment, Friedrich. I did not fought Nikolaus. It is not right and honorable for Kuttenbergers to get the victory for this. Humor me, Friedrich. You stand to gain either way. If the Kuttenbergers win am Ende, it will not matter. Aber if we win, I will repay you sehr gut. You have my word.
All right, then. The score is tied at 3 each. So if Henry beats both Emmeram and Nicholas, you'll get the overall victory.
Gut, Heinrich. Fight for us. You are ein guter Fechter.
Also, Heinrich, our fate and our honor lies in your hands.
I hope Lady Fortune will favor me today.
Well said. I'll be waiting for you in the arena where you'll face Emmeram. So get ready quickly.
没有一个感觉比较好的呢。力量提升时负重提升，这个 OK 啊。战斗结束后，力量敏捷获得2点加成。和平主义只要维持不杀人。夜行者夜间获得的力量跟敏捷会加成。魅力高于20的时候，铠甲额外增加15点防御力，可是我现在的魅力只有15啊。因为我现在穿的衣服的关系啦，好吧，我先点这个好了。然后接下来我要比赛2场要赢了，我先存档。
Hear ye, hear ye! Arna the German can't take part in further duels due to his injuries, so 3 wins go to Gutenberg. The Frankfurt Brotherhood has won 3 rounds, but so has Gutenberg. Master Menhart cannot duel against Master Nicholas since he's been disqualified from further rounds. Their duel will not count at all. That leaves us with only 2 duels left. In the first, Henry will now face Emmeram. For the glory of Gutenberg, let the duel begin!
Bad luck! My word, that was some Meisterhaft. Fuck yourself! Like a shot. Fuck him up!
Get rid of that
End of duel! Amazing! Both swordsmen deserve respect for putting on such an exciting show. Each of them has won once, and a tiebreaker duel is up next. Cheer for the man who has won your heart, but best to cheer for both. Let your steel ring! Fight! End of duel! Henry put on a great show and won over Emmeram. Even Arna's severe injury doesn't seem to have broken the Frankfurt Brotherhood's resolve. Let's see if Henry can keep it up in the second round. Good citizens, wise counselors of Gutenberg, it is time for the last duel. Here, Master Nicholas will take up his sword again to face none other than Henry. The current score is 4 wins for the Germans and 3 for Gutenberg. If Henry can win, the match is over.
先存档一下，看看这一场能不能打赢啊。
Ready? Fight! The Gutenberg Master Swordsman, Nicholas of Prague. He has punished his opponent's insolence for...
来，再重打一次。
No time to lose. Get to it.
You never saw it. I'm surprised the other bloke.
End of duel.
Let the steel sing.
to both teams of swordsmen for a truly thrilling fight. All the more so because it's not over yet. The score of the two contestants is even, and they must have one last duel. All hail Nicholas! All hail Henry! Contenders, get to it! End of duel! Revered counselors, righteous burghers of Gutenberg, lend me your ears one last time. Two sword-fighting brotherhoods have clashed before the eyes of God as well as yours to demonstrate their skill and settle their dispute. And it was a spectacle beyond all expectations. The Frankfurt Brotherhood secured 5 victories against the Gutenberg Brotherhood's 3. The right to run the local sword-fighting hall and to teach the art of the long sword thus falls to Master Menhard of Frankfurt. That was the task entrusted to him by King Wenceslaus, and Menhard has duly defended his claim. Thus is it settled before witnesses and by God's will.
It's just like Friedrich said. The council is in agreement on this, and we'll instruct the scribe to enter the proper records of everything at the earliest opportunity.
Let this dispute be thus justly settled, and let there be no further enmity between you.
Thank you, Friedrich, for finding justice and for overseeing the matter so wisely. We would like to invite all good Kuttenbergers to come and learn.
Fuck! We built the sword-fighting hall with our own money. You can't just take it from us.
As for the money you invested, you'll be duly compensated for your good service to the town. I shall see to that. And I'd like to remind you that you have sworn to submit to the outcome of the duels. Don't forget that.
I won't forget this, Friedrich. I'm done with you.
Heinrich, let us leave Meister Metzger with Friedrich and go to Arne.
Menhart, I had word sent to Master Torwart to expect you at the apothecary shop on Tarmark. He's also currently hosting the famous physician Sigismund Albicus, so Arne will receive the best possible care.
Hab vielen Dank, Friedrich.
Good day, Meister Menhard. Oswald Torwart, Magister at your service.
Gut. Arne hier braucht deine Hilfe. Und schnell.
Beruhige dich. I know everything. Herr Albicus, the physician, is already upstairs preparing all that is necessary. In just a short while, Arne will receive treatment fit for a king. Rest assured.
Gott sei Dank, Herr Oswald.
Tell me about your fight before Albicus gets ready. Rumors spread like wildfire, but they have not yet reached us at Tarmac.
Letztendlich lief es ausgezeichnet. We won dank Heinrich here, and our claim was recognized. Heinrich fought for us, and fortune stood by him today. Der König himself would be proud of him.
Genau, Heinrich. Glory to you. You have gerettet our Ersche.
And to defeat Meister Nicholas too? I have no words. Unglaublich, Heinrich. Ganz ausgezeichnet.
You know, Menhard, Henry of Skalitz is no easy mark.
I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations to all of you, especially to Henry, as word has it.
Gut. Gut. Jetzt noch wait until Arne heals, and then we take over the Fechthalle and die Bruderschaft. Heinrich, komm zu mir in a few days when alles fertig ist. What better place to reward you than there? And zwar richtig. You can be sure. And do not get too betrunken when you are celebrating your victory.
We'll only go drinking when there's 3 of us. When Arne is all right again.
Good. We drink out of joy for my recovery, or out of sadness for my eye.
I'm sure it'll be the former.
Wunderbar. Deal.
Menhard, ich muss mich hinlegen. Ich fühle mich ein bisschen krank und schwach.
Of course. Manhart, let's get him inside. The quiet and a bit of shade will do him good.
Can I be of any help?
Danke. We can manage this. Bis bald.
啊，它没有自动帮我恢复哦，它没有自动帮我恢复我的原来的配备，然后我还要自己把它调回来。好了，这个决斗的这个任务结束了，那我应该去做别的啊。我想一下哈，我之前还有什么事情没做完呢？这个好了。OK。外面还有很多地方可以去探险。上回的方式。哇，这边现在不能快速旅行了。哎，我等一下，我看一下我身上的生命力100，精力98，饱腹感62。魅力只有16啊。 都市里面还有很多地方，我应该还有东西可以卖，要去卖掉吧？我看一下，我马的身上。有些东西可以拿去卖。比武大会的长剑现在没有用了，我应该把它拿去卖掉了。铠甲也是啊，这2件也没有用了，应该把它拿去卖掉。战马的靴子，我鞋子要换一下。等一下，我现在穿什么鞋子啊？工作靴。我应该去修一下我的装备啊。去修一下我的装备，我看一下我要往哪里去啊？这里面还有什么东西啊？药剂师，这边有一个铠甲匠，还有一个铁匠。OK。
mein Freund. Ich bin gleich bei dir. Great! You made a fine purchase, friend.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Gut. Versuchen wir's. Hey, you convince me with that price. Zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
We need to talk. Hey, you! You match the description of a woman we're supposed to detain.
Do I look like the kind of woman who'd cut her old man's prick off with a meat cleaver?
Huh? How did you know that?
Because that's all everyone's been talking about all day.
Huh. Right. So, was it you? Or not?
If it was, I wouldn't be parading myself in front of the guards, would I?
Well, I'll still have to search you.
Lay a finger on me and I'll cut your dick off.
Oh. All right then. Carry on.
You're behaving like a child.
这边的这个任务还没结束嘞，我这颗雷石还没拿到嘞。
God be with you. You must be parched. What say you have a drink with us?
God be with you.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
My name is Henry, and I'm in the service of the Lord of Lipa.
God be with you. I'm Hinek of Medlov, though my name's hardly a source of pride.
Where are you headed, Hinek?
I'm on my way back from the commandery of the Marian Knights.
Oh, I see. You belong to a knightly order.
Alas, no more. Now I must take up my inheritance and atone for the sins of my late father.
Oh, humility serves any knight well. But you strike me more like a monk, Hinek. It seems to me that you're ashamed of your name.
As God is my witness, my father's passion for money was greater than the love he had for his family. He died as he lived, in sin, and my brother took after him. All they bequeathed me was their wretched debts.
Your destiny is in your own hands.
After what my father and brother left me, murdered and pillaged and called at war, riding roughshod over our family name in the process.
Oh, we don't get to pick our family, but that doesn't mean we can't change anything. May your father and brother rest in peace. And now you can rebuild your family's fortunes.
Don't be like them. Do good.
Deo gratias. I do hope you're right. I'll try to do something about it.
Good luck, and goodbye, sir.
Bene ambula. Travel safely, wayfarer.
Good day to you.
Good day.
Suckling pigs here. Come and buy a suckling pig.
Oh, well.
What's going on around here?
Martha, the wife of our blacksmith here, came complaining a while ago. She arranged a job for her old man, but he doesn't like it. He won't even let his apprentice do it. And it's a pity you weren't here earlier. There was a fight.
Some drunks had a fight?
No, that's just the point. A bunch of brutes laid into a lad. I think they were after him. If I hadn't called the bailiff, he could have ended up a lot worse.
And you don't know why they beat him up?
You'll have to ask him yourself. He wouldn't tell me anything. He acted like nothing had happened.
And who was the lad?
A hired hand from Visoka, a village up the hill. I think his name is Pavel.
Thanks. Anything else?
There are also bands of vagrants wandering around here, so something will definitely happen sooner or later.
Right here?
Not yet, but people are already afraid to stick their noses out at night, especially after that fight with those blokes from Prague.
What happened?
They were acting like they owned the place, drinking and eating like pigs. Our lads told them politely to take a walk, and they did too, but not before beating our lads up like dogs. And what did the bailiff do? Not a thing. He's an old yellow belly. So now the lads are practicing fighting with their bare hands, so it won't happen again. All in secret, of course. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. Can I spend the night here? I'll pay you well if you let me spend the night here every now and then.
You can sleep on the hay, but it won't be for free.
Let's agree on a price.
Fine. Feel free to sleep on the hay, but don't go wandering around my home.
The bailiff doesn't know anything about the fights.
He suspects something. That's why he often sits in here and listens to all that's going on.
Could I take part in these fights too?
But of course. My son runs them. He's the strongest one here, and he loves to brag about it. I can't listen to it anymore. If you beat that lout, I'll give you something on the tavern's tab. What do you say?
Maybe some other time.
这里有一个任务啊，我居然要跟这个执行官交谈啊。然后这个是主线任务啊，好吧，我去了解一下好了。往哪边走？往左转，往左边走，右转。
Jesus Christ be praised.
Ruth! My wife won't... Happy if I come home without it.
Without what, for the love of God?
Jesus! You don't even know your own wares.
Onions! Strong onions! White, yellow and red. The best on... Kid.
Pancakes, bread rolls, light and dark flour, thin flatbread, all fresh and sweet.
Ale.
God bless.
What's new around here, blacksmith?
That soldier who recently offered us work comes to mind. He was looking for a blacksmith and saying some pretty suspicious things. I don't want to get involved with any soldiers from Sigismund's camp, but if you really need money, try going to see him. Alas, that's all I know.
All right, thank you. I'll look into it. Would you repair a few things for me?
Thank you kindly, and come again, friend.
Well, they just told me if I married a blacksmith, it'd end in tears. Greetings.
You look troubled. Is there anything I can help you with?
You're very kind, but I need someone who knows their way around a smithy. I need to get a few horseshoes made and deliver them. They were supposed to be done yesterday.
Well, why don't you ask the blacksmith? It's his job, after all.
It's not so simple. The horseshoes are for the soldiers camped on the hill, and my Marosh, well, he sees them as traitors who are conspiring with foreign scum.
I see. You don't agree?
Young fella, if I was choosy about who I sell things to, I wouldn't have a groschen to my name. These are troubled times, and my husband doesn't understand that pride won't fill your stomach.
Oh, great. It just so happens I'm a blacksmith, and I'd be glad to help you.
Really? Well, then you've been sent from heaven.
So, how many of those horseshoes do you need?
Well, if you manage to make horseshoes for 2 horses, I'd be forever grateful to you. I'll pay, of course. I wish you a blessed evening.
I hear a certain Matthew has been rampaging round here.
Do you mean Matthew the Collector?
Collector? Is that a nickname?
That's what he calls himself. He says he's collecting for the king on the roads. But he's just a common bandit. And a real pain in my ass. If I didn't have to deal with this Janos Uher bullshit, I'd have dealt with that scumbag by now. But as they say, misfortunes never come lightly. When there's bullshit, there's a lot of it.
Where does Matthew the Collector rob people most often?
He has already robbed several traders on the roads between our village and the Sukhdol fortress. You'd better avoid those places. Although, there is a bounty on Matthew, if you dare. Not too measly, actually.
I'll think about it.
If you catch him, you won't regret it.
Where does Matthew the Collector...
Were you not listening?
Janos Uher?
That's the scoundrel I have locked up in the pillory outside my house right now.
What did he do?
He was trying to rob the blacksmith's house, but Loiza, his helper, caught him. He lunged at him, but Janusz pulled out his axe, and the lad ended in a bad way. God knows if he'll survive. If we have to bury Loiza, I'll make sure Janusz hangs.
How about I treat this Loiza boy? Would you let Janos go free?
What do you care about him? Is he some pal of yours?
I wouldn't say pal, exactly. It's more like we have some mutual friends.
All right. If you heal Loiza and pay for that scoundrel, I'll let him go. But don't let him show his face around here again.
I'll go to see Loiza.
As you wish, but be careful. He's in a really bad shape.
Christ! Pardon me.
我还要帮人疗伤哎，然后。
Poor fella. He's barely breathing. That wound looked quite scary. But it's not so bad, really. It's deep, but it's clean, and it's not bleeding much. Maybe some potion will help him. If it was just a gash, he'd still breathe normally. That's all I can find out now. Janos broke his ribs with that strike. That's why it's so hard for him to breathe. First I have to treat the wound, and then I have to get something to help him breathe a little easier. Buck's blood potion, perhaps? I'll give you Buck's blood. Here. Drink this. I'm gonna bandage you now. Hold on a moment. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Please grant Loisa a speedy recovery. He has done nothing wrong. He doesn't deserve to die yet. This I ask as your faithful servant. Intercede for him, Lord God, and your Son, Jesus Christ. May Loisa recover soon, and may he continue to serve the Lord as a good Christian. Well, that's done. It might take a while, but he should be back on his feet eventually.
Cabbage flatbread! Fresh cabbage flatbread!
I've already treated Loisa. He'll be all right.
Really? Well, it's true he's looking a little better now. He has a healthier color and all.
So everything worked out well. Can you let Janos go free?
Well, all right. But pay up first. Loisa needs something to live on while he's recovering. Think of it as compensation.
I'll pay right away. There you go. Now you can set him free.
Here's the key to the pillory. It's better if you free him yourself. I don't want him spitting on my boots.
Christ, pardon me.
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
really need to eat something. Well, I've got half finished. Oh, I'm as hungry as a wolf. I should do it more evenly. All finished. Well, I've got half finished. that.
Good evening. What do you need?
Here are those horseshoes. 2 sets, just as we agreed.
Let's see them then. These will do just fine. Such a young, hard-working, talented fella you are. Too bad I'm not a few years younger.
You mentioned something about payment?
Here you go. You won't buy a castle for it, but good work calls for good pay. Now, someone just needs to bring the horseshoes to Victoria. Would you do that for me? This backache of mine.
Who's this Victoria?
A girl from the village. She's a bit different. But deep down, a good girl.
Different? What do you mean?
She's had a hard life. Her husband died of the plague a while back, and now she's all alone. She does odd jobs for the villagers here to make a living. Sometimes I send her up to the soldiers with our goods. Why would I drag myself up that hill when she's got young legs and likes going up there anyway?
Fine. Which house does she live in?
It's not far at all. Just cross the stream and you're there. Take care, and good night.
我先去睡觉吧，明天白天再处理其他事情好了。我看到这边有洗衣服的地方，我先去洗一下衣服好了。
Greetings to you.
You silly doggy.
他说可以让我睡觉的地方在哪里啊？这里没有床啊。
Closing! No more beer! Closing up!
Useless!
What do you gape at? Fish face?
Dry Devil sent me. He's looking for you.
Tell him Janos busy.
Oh. All right, then.
Dorothy, I just pulling pistol. Get me out of here, brother. My neck on line, eh?
The bailiff told me you almost killed some lad.
Fuck knows what shit he tell you.
So how do you see it, then?
I was hungry. I want bite to eat. You understand, eh?
So you stole something?
You accuse Janos of thieving? Look at this honest face. Am I right? I just look around for something. What happens? This cock-up come back. Everybody can shit himself. You too, no?
Who came back?
What I know? Some cunt. He's so crazy, he go for me. That's some crazy shit, no? What can I do, eh? I wag him a little bit. And now Bailey waiting to see if he die, and then I go swing.
Do you know where Ada is? I heard you two always stood side by side.
That bastard. He come here to me, but when they catch me, he fuck off. I expect he biting some wench's arse in nearest village.
Don't worry. I'll have you right out of there.
You some wizard, or what?
Well, not exactly. But I do have the key.
How the fuck you get that?
I healed that wounded villager. So the bailiff is letting you go.
Yeah. Come let Janos kiss you. But get me out first. I am stiff like fucking corpse. Fantastic! I am stiff like plank of wood. Thank you, fella.
You can thank the devil and Zizka. They sent me for you.
Devil? How he get free, hey? Last I know, he rotting in chains.
Me, Kubyanka, and Zizka freed him.
Zizka? That mad bastard here? Now that is something to look forward to. And what about Eder? You find him too?
Not yet. Any idea where he might be?
That Polish fucker? He come see me. But then I get caught and he fuck off. He's somewhere near for sure. In nearest village, no doubt. Chasing wenches while friends' necks is in news.
I'll try asking around then.
We meet in Devil's Den. Till then, good luck.
Hold on. I had to buy your freedom.
You wanted it back? You fucked in the head. Hey, where I get coin? In fucking stocks? But, you know, I got something for you much better. What do you say to my sausage? Eh?
What are you blabbering about? What sausage?
Proper one. Full of goodness. Maybe not smell so good, but taste good when you hold nose.
Please tell me you're talking about food.
Yeah, I talk about sausage. What else? Janos's sausage. Ah, I see. You think I means big, huge salami in my hose, eh? He's not for just anybody. Me? I am decent Christian.
I'll take it.
You will not be sorry. Come back when it is nice and firm. It melt in your mouth. You see.
Firm? Well, all right.
I go now. I cannot wait to meet them crazy fuckers.
We'll meet at the Devil's Den.
I hope. We got things to drink to. Where they all go? Hey!
once again.
You told me to come back for sausages. So here I am.
No worry, eh? Sausages not grow on trees. Come back when they're ready.
Victoria, I bought you horseshoes from Martha. Victoria? You here?
So much blood. What happened here? I have to tell Martha.
You have a... Greetings.
I brought Victoria those horseshoes, and I think something's happened to her.
What? What do you mean?
The house was empty, and in the hearth room next to the bed, I found a puddle of blood. It hadn't even dried yet.
Jesus Christ! What if she's been... No!
It might not be too late. Do you have any idea where she could be?
I don't know. Really? Oh, how horrible!
Did Victoria have problems with anyone from the village? Did anyone want to hurt her?
No, definitely not. Good God. She was... I mean, she is a good girl. Although...
Can you think of anyone?
Sometimes there's talk about how she lives alone and how she makes her living.
Why would anyone be bothered about how Victoria makes her living? As long as she's not stealing, she can do whatever she wants, right?
Well, not everyone was happy that she brings our goods up to the camp. Once someone even drew something very ugly on our door because of it. But what's that poor girl supposed to do without a man? There's a war, and we all need to make a living somehow.
Who did she go and see at the camp? Who might know more about her?
Mainly their blacksmith. She brings goods up there every 2 or 3 days. He's certain to remember her. So tell them at the gate that you're bringing something from the smithy. They'll let you in.
Who's bothered by her living alone? Whose business is that?
Things are a little different, you see. She lost her husband some time ago. A young widow, actually. A pretty young widow. Naturally, a few fellas were fawning over her. There was one in particular, but he got the boot, just like all the others. But he'd never hurt her. He might be a loudmouth, but he's harmless.
Who's this mystery man, then?
I won't say. If word got out that I accused someone, we might as well just close up shop here.
But I'm not about to go blabbing about it in the tavern. I just need to know where to start looking for Victoria.
Fine. But you didn't hear this from me. Farmer Kuba was pretty keen on her. And he wasn't going to give up easy. Last time, he tried to flatter her by giving her a headscarf. But Victoria knew it had belonged to his dead wife. So she told him to sod off. The whole village was laughing at him. He's a bitter old man. But would he hurt her? I don't think so.
No. Jealousy's a powerful thing, though.
Well, that's true, too. So go and ask him yourself. He lives with his children and his housekeeper in that big house behind the smithy. He's always wearing a bright red coat and a hat with a feather in it. You're certain not to miss him, but not a peep about what I told you.
Don't worry. I'll take that secret to the grave. Is there anything else you can think of before I go?
I've already told you everything I know. Now hurry up!
Morning, lad.
You're Cuba, the farmer, right?
Aye, I am. What do you want?
I'm looking for Victoria. And I thought you might know where to find her.
Why should I, of all people, know?
Victoria's not at home or anywhere else in the village. She's vanished.
A pity.
Would you happen to know anything about that?
Huh. Maybe she moved to the camp on the hill for good. She was hanging around with them soldiers. Maybe she's doing it with them human bastards too. So they decided to keep her up there.
You can't be serious. She could be injured somewhere, or even worse. And you're glad?
What goes around comes around. I have a clean conscience. To hell with that silly goose.
Why don't you just admit the girl was a real thorn in your side? And that you were jealous as hell. An old dog wanted some young meat, but ended up with a nibble, eh?
Listen, you prick. What the fuck are you trying on me? Who the hell do you think you are? You'd better take that back while you still have teeth.
You're pissed off that she preferred someone else over you, eh? You waited for her, and...
Enough! You've been asking for a beating, so here it comes! Now you're gonna get it! Sacra! You're better than I thought!
So, had enough already?
Yeah. Just leave me alone now. And I really don't know anything about Victoria. Maybe she just decided village life wasn't for her, so she took off with her soldier.
What soldier? You're telling me this now?
I heard someone came across her up there in the forest while she was having a rendezvous with some fella from the camp. But I really don't know anything else.
All right. I'll ask in the camp then.
What was that? And I was beginning to worry what that was.
Won't you roast some meat at least? Praise be Jesus Christ, young man. I'm sorry to bother you, but I must stop you for a moment. Can I have a word?
What do you want from me?
I'm the royal collector, and I want you to pay your duty.
What duty?
The king's duty. Now come here and don't delay. What are you still waiting for? So, what'll it be?
You're in for an ass-kicking, you piece of...
I've been waiting for you. Bad luck.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
Show your stuff.
You want to try me?
Out of here! Quick, fellas!
What do you want? Take that! I'll rip your arse open!
I've been waiting for you.
Out of here! My God!
Hey! Oh, my God! He doesn't want to listen at all.
Oi, you! Come here! Where do you think you're going?
Into the camp, of course.
Oh, aye. They can't wait to see you. Look here. No strangers are allowed in, so turn around and sod off back to the pile of dung you crawled out of.
The Miskovitz blacksmith sent me with some horseshoes. He said they'd come in handy in the camp.
All right, you can go in, but no messing about.
哇，这个营地还蛮大的嘞。这有什么？医务室、圣坛、新任务。先存档一下。
My God. Why are you all covered in blood? What do you want?
What's a priest doing in a military camp?
Whatever he can, my son. Whatever he can.
Do you serve Mass like other priests?
I serve Mass and give blessings just like my brothers in churches and parishes. I can also officiate at marriages and administer last rites. I reckon you can guess which is more common here.
Do you care for the wounded? Priests and monks do that sometimes, don't they?
Nothing like that. We have blacksmiths and bathmaids for that here. And if something happens to the nobles, we have good surgeons. And then there's that learned foreigner. Bah!
Who's the foreigner?
His name is Musa, and he says he comes ex-Africa. You can't miss him. He's as different from us as a man can be.
Does something seem strange about him to you?
That foreigner may understand medicine, but he worships a foreign god. He prays to him on the ground several times a day. He doesn't drink ale, only rarely eats meat, yet he can't keep his eyes off our women.
Do you take part in the fighting?
Vivere militare est. But no, I'm a chaplain, not a warrior. But no matter if you're a beggar or a lord, there's no way to escape the horrors. And in a place like this, it's easy for people to forget about God, or at least start to doubt.
Do you serve King Sigismund directly?
I serve our Lord, but the king sometimes calls on me for confession.
What could the king possibly have to confess?
You don't actually expect me to tell you that, do you? That's between me, the king, et Domine Noster.
My God! You're all covered in blood!
I need something repaired.
Greetings, my friend.
Would you help me out? I'm looking for someone.
That depends. Who are you looking for?
Victoria, a girl from Miskovitz. They send her up here with goods from the smithy.
You'll have to ask the blacksmith. The smithy is opposite the entrance in the upper part of the camp. If you don't see it, you'll hear it at least. You can't miss the banging of the hammer.
Thanks a lot. I'll ask him.
Farewell.
Back for good Barney.
Taking their time again.
Pour me one.
Does the name Victoria mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
She's a girl from Miskovitz. I heard she comes up here to sell things.
Ah, I know who you mean. Aye. There's a girl who shows up here every now and again. I'm no good with names, but Victoria sounds familiar.
Who did she know best around here?
She got along with the merchants, but I'd say she fancied Black the most.
Who?
A soldier from the provisioning unit. I'd say her business dealings were more of an excuse to meet with him.
Where can I find this soldier Black?
He's lying in the infirmary. He's got gut ache, and you can hear him howling halfway across the camp.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him. I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to do something about that price.
Well, I suppose we can try. Finally, a reasonable sum. Thank you, and take care.
Greetings.
I heard you have some work for a blacksmith.
That I do. But you'd have to manage more than pounding iron with a hammer. How important is it for you when working to not get dirty?
Let's just say I sometimes get a little dirt under my nails, if you get my meaning.
Very good. Let's cut to the chase then. I need you to bring me something, so that the owner of that thing does not notice you have borrowed it. Interested?
First, I want to know exactly what you want me to do.
As I said, I need you to bring me something. Nobody must know, and nobody must see you.
Yeah, I understand that. But what do I have to get, and from where?
Basan, one of the cumin dogs around here, has recently acquired a very lovely sword. It's called the Absolver. He got it as ransom for some knight he took captive during the conquest of Kuttenberg. You yourself must admit that such a weapon has no business being in the filthy paws of those pagans, when they don't even know how to use it. Now, if I had a sword like that...
So what do you need a blacksmith for?
You know, I'd hate for Basan to notice his sword is gone. Can you imagine what that cumin vermin would do to me? But if you could get a good look at it, you could bring it to me and leave Basan with a replica.
A replica?
Of course. Made of some soft iron, with coloured glass instead of gemstones. Just for looks. Basan won't notice the difference anyway. What do you say?
Fine. I'm in. Where can I find this Basan?
Here in the camp, naturally. You'll go to the tournament enclosure, and on the left, behind it, you'll find his tent. It's white with green trim along the top.
That sounds fairly easy.
That may be, but you don't need to dawdle. Run along, and watch out for Basan.
Christ almighty. Are you alright, sir?
Here we go again.
It's just that you look...
muscular, wise, wealthy.
I'm sorry, sir. I just wasn't expecting it. I didn't mean it badly.
I know very well what you meant. I have had this conversation at least 100 times. Have you never heard of Prester John or the Christian Kingdom of Axum?
Yes. Our parish priest talked about that.
Tell me then, how the people in those stories are described. Not exactly like you. Am I right?
But I thought that was just...
So you see, it is not. Musa of Mali is my name. Scholar, explorer, and physician. I run the camp infirmary.
My name is Henry, sir.
Welcome then, Henry. Do you need anything?
You said you're an explorer.
I did indeed. From Timbuktu, I went to Holy Mecca. From the Emirate of Granada to Venice. And from there, to the court of Sultan Bayezid of the Osmans. Until I ended up at the court of King Sigismund.
Where is this Mali? And what's it like?
Similar to your country, yet completely different. You mine silver, we gold. But in our country, it would never happen that we allow foreigners into our mines. Overall, it is safer in our country. Nobody will waylay you on your journey. And we treat women with greater respect and set great store by learning.
Well, it's not all that bad here, though, is it?
I admit that there are some things I envy you for. Like what you can do with stone.
What is Mecca like? I've heard people from all over the world go there.
Mainly followers of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Praise be his name. But the journey is dangerous. I was robbed and arrived in the city as a pauper. Fortunately, I was helped by a couple of my compatriots. But even so, I did not spend long there. Let us say that I was foolish then, and foreign customs took me by surprise. I went to Cairo, where I learned geography and law, so that I would be better prepared the next time. But I never went back to Mecca.
Why not?
I would rather not talk about this, my friend. All I can say is that there are a few rich men and their beautiful wives, who I do not want to meet again.
You were in Granada? Where is that?
Go west from here until you reach the sea. Then south to a place called Peninsula Iberica. But I would not go there if I were you. The magnificent Alhambra Palace is forbidden to Christians like you. It is a pity in any case. Such a beautiful and rich country, yet bathed in so much blood.
Blood?
Yes. Sultan Mohammed must constantly repel attacks from the north. That is why I started studying physics, in fact. I wanted to make an impression on the Sultan, because swords and cannons are not for me. Let others cut off heads. I can sew them back on again.
Where is Venice, in fact?
You do not know, my friend? Educate yourself a little. It is not far from here, on the other side of the Alps. Remember that learning is like a garden. If you do not tend it, it cannot bear fruit. Venice is an incredible city that floats on the sea, like a huge stone ship. People from all over the world go there to trade. I help them as a translator, especially for Christian envoys from Ethiopia on a pilgrimage to Rome. If only you could have seen their glorious arrival in the city. Their procession stretched from the port to the city center, and they had live leopards as a gift for the king of Venice. But I did not stay long. I, who was accustomed to the Sultan's court, being asked to live among sailors? Out of the question.
How did you come to be with the Osmans?
By complete chance. In Venice, I joined an expedition that was heading to India, but we were attacked by pirates. Fortunately, I was saved by Sultan Bayezid's warship, though it did not seem like good fortune at the time. You must understand that there are not many of my countrymen among the Osmans. The last time was probably in the days of Mansa Musa. But the Sultan soon found out that I had lived among Europeans, and I could talk to all the envoys who came to him. So I became useful.
So why didn't you stay there?
Because we were about to be overwhelmed by the Golden Horde, led by the butcher named Timur. I had quite enough of war in Granada. So when envoys from Hungary came to the Sultan, I managed to persuade them to take me away with them.
What's Sigismund's court like?
I would also like to know that, my friend. But I am stuck here. One would think that the king would value physicians and sages who have traveled the world. But no. He did not even make me his personal physician. He prefers to trust your quacks and sent me here.
It's reckless to speak about Sigismund like that.
I do not think so, my friend, since it is unlikely you will ever get a chance to complain to him.
And how do you like Bohemia?
Do you want to hear the truth? Or should I praise it to high heaven?
The truth. You don't need to spare my feelings.
Then, all I can say is that this muddy hill is about the only thing I have seen of your country. And that has not made much of an impression on me. But there is still time. Perhaps I will have the good fortune to see more beautiful sights.
Why did you leave your country of birth?
That is a very personal question. And we are not that well acquainted yet. Forgive me, but I would rather not talk about it. Not now, at least.
I'm new to the camp. Could you show me around? If you don't have too much work, that is.
Well, I suppose it will be all right, if I am not here for a while. At least I can practice your language. You use some strange phrases, you know? But that does not matter now. Let us go.
I can't stand any more of this.
Greetings to you.
So, as you have no doubt realized, this is my infirmary. One part for operating on the wounded, another for the sick, my alchemist bench, a tub of water, nothing out of the ordinary. Come on, let us walk outside. I am sorry that I cannot show you more, but I am sure you understand that there is not much to see. One is almost ashamed to call it an infirmary. Do you not think?
That's true. I thought King Sigismund would take better care of his wounded men.
Unfortunately for them, my friend, I suppose he has bigger problems than keeping his army healthy. and fighting fit.
It's lucky he sent an expert like you here, though.
Was that praise or an insult? I cannot tell. I do not think it fortunate in any case. Someone with my knowledge, and all I do is treat diarrhea and broken bones?
Well, of course. What else should a sore bones do?
My friend, the human body contains so much beauty and so many secrets that we could explore. So why do we spend so much time on the quality of defecation? Think about it, though it is true that you do not seem to be any great sage. I suppose you do not know what a real infirmary should look like. But do not worry. There are more cheerful places in the camp. I am sure something will take your fancy. This part of the camp is mainly for humans. So if you are looking for one, he will be either here or near the bathhouse. We will take a look there too. Do not worry. Over there is the pen where they used to have tournaments. Until the captains banned them. But that is a long story. Speaking of the captains here, do you know who's in charge over there?
Daniel! I've no idea.
You should put that right then. What if you come across one of the commanders and bump into him by mistake? He might have your back flayed by a cane. I would not like to have to stitch you back together. The camp as a whole is run by Sir Grozav of Borumlaka. That is a village somewhere in Transylvania, as far as I know. He is an interesting man, I'm sure. But he has a lot of trouble with the camp. He tends to be, as you say, grumpy. Then there are the humans who are commanded in battle by Cheritan. You will not meet him very often. He often has meetings with the king himself, in Zedlets. He is not a very cheerful man, but he seems a fair-minded commander to me. And he is an outstanding archer, it seems. How about you and archery, my friend?
Well, I don't want to boast, but I'm a pretty good archer. I would happily take on your Cheritan.
Really? That sounds like a spectacle that I would perhaps even pay to watch. Perhaps, although I successfully avoid weapons. I have to admit that archery is not just a skill. It is an art. Well, there is enough of that.
Greetings to you.
What were we talking about?
You were telling me about the commanders here.
Ah, yes. The camp captains. As I said, Sir Grozav commands the camp. Cheritan commands in battle. And the third one joined us a few weeks ago. Dietrich Katz, with his Prague artillery regiment. It is a pity you will not be staying for longer. Dietrich is good to talk to, if he is not drinking too much. And over there is our bathhouse. It is not a sight for sore eyes, my friend. I mean, the women, of course. Not this filthy place. Ah, a man should keep reminding himself that zina, what you call fornication, is a shameful deed, opening a road to other evils. By the way, what about you and women, my friend?
Well, there's one here I think about. But I'd rather not talk about that.
Why? Are you afraid that I will steal her from you?
No, it's not that, but... Well, I'm still not sure if she likes me as much as I like her.
I am sure she does. You will see. That is the way of the world. Our Lord Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, creates us in pairs and grants us love in our hearts, so that we may love another.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I sometimes think I ought to settle down.
Do it. It is definitely a nicer life than in such a camp as this. Imagine, a roof over your head instead of a leaking tent, food cooked with love instead of a gruel cooked in a campfire. And at night, by the way, your chosen one, is she pretty?
To hell with beauty. She's kind, and she likes me. That's the main thing.
Ah, you have chosen wisely, my friend. So, in this part of the camp, you see the tents of various mercenaries from Germany, Poland, Hungary. In short, everyone who came to fill their pockets. You can have items repaired by the smith, and if you're hungry, the kitchen is over there. The food will please you more than me, I think. Treating meat in that way. I simply cannot eat it. Do you know where the food is truly great? In Granada. So much fruit, sweet pastries, fish, In one banquet, the cooks use more spices than your entire country in a year.
You've been to Granada?
In the court of Sultan Muhammad VII himself. That is where I became a physician. That was when Granada was attacked by Martin Yanez de la Barbuda, and I did not want to die in some battle. So I found a safer way to be useful. You know, I have done a lot of traveling, my friend. From Timbuktu to Mecca, and from Granada to Venice, and now here. But nowhere has the food been worse than here.
I'd like to try some foreign delicacy.
That will be difficult. The local inns serve nothing but porridge and old bread. But maybe you will see the world one day and find out that there are more flavors than just salt and honey. But your country is beautiful, all the same. And up here is where Katz's company of Parge artillerymen are billeted, to the great displeasure of everyone else in the camp. I must say, you can see why. It is the best spot, right next to the captains. And when it rains, all the filth runs downhill to the cumens and mercenaries areas. Here is the pillory. May Allah, the compassionate, ensure you never end up in it. And if you go around the hill, you will come to the camp shooting range. I recommend visiting it. The cumens must be born with a bow in their hands. But I will not escort you that far, my friend. I do not like to leave the infirmary unattended for long. Alaka Anben.